Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a special day. We are very excited. We are at the Bangalore International Airport, and me and my parents are heading towards Europe. It's our first time to Europe, specifically my parents' first time to Europe, and very excited. We reached the airport around 5 a.m., and our first leg of the flight is to Muscat. We are flying via Oman Airways. We'll reach Muscat in 3.5 hours, and then we have a layover in Muscat. Muscat is pretty dry. I mean, I've never been to Oman, so it just seems to be very dry. We reached Muscat, and then the next flight is around 6 hours. Long flight, of course, pretty tiring. But then we watched a lot of old movies that was limitedly available. When we reached Paris, it was somewhere around 8:30 p.m. But the sun was very out, and we were like pretty shocked about that. Well, we actually reached the hotel pretty late, so we slept, and then the next morning we had breakfast, headed towards the city of Paris. Again, we were staying near the airport, so it took us around an hour to reach Paris, and then the beauty started. It was really amazing to see the old city. It was one of the charms to go through and come across. It is all very structured and old school. Then the first stop was at, of course, the best of best Eiffel Tower. We were going with a group here for this trip, so we had a guide who was paving the way towards the Eiffel Tower. We entered after a security check at Eiffel Tower, and of course, it was just like a dream come true. You can see, the excitement in my parents' faces. I was more excited, actually, if I could say. I always wanted to ensure that I get an opportunity to visit Paris in my life. So it was a like pinch me kind of a moment for me this day. But it was really surreal to come across and see one of these beauties in the world. And then we headed towards the ticket counter. We need to get a ticket to go on the first or second floor of the Eiffel Tower to see the view or the panoramic view of Paris. The line was pretty long. Today was a Sunday, and then we had to wait for around 40-45 minutes to get the tickets. And then since we had a lot of people in the group with us, even the logistics part of it took some time. Well, after a while, the wait got over, and we got into the lift to get on the second floor of Eiffel Tower. And then we went to this third floor just by the stairs. It was out of the world, mesmerizing. We did not have words to see. Of course, it was crowded because it was Sunday, but the view was amazing. We could see the river, the small canal that goes through the city of Paris, and of course we were taking a lot of pictures and videos of the excitement that we were getting to see this beauty. And the good part was also the weather was very good. It was not chilly. It was pretty sunny but not very hot as well. So the view we had from all the sides of Eiffel Tower, like a 360-degree view for sure altogether. And I just hope you all also get to see this and enjoy the views for some time. after seeing the amazing views and the pretty panoramic stuff from the Eiffel Tower, we were heading towards the restaurants for lunch. But then we were crossing these amazing cafe kind of streets, which is there across Paris. It reminded me a lot about these series that we watch, right? Like Emily in Paris. It was like so unreal. While having lunch, we also went back. After having lunch, we also went back from the same route over the river to the next stop, which is the Arc de Triomphe. The Arc de Triomphe is very similar to India Gate, which is in Delhi. The good part was, it was empty today because it was a Sunday, and we had such a pretty view of it. The sky looked so pretty, and we actually stood opposite to the actual monument so that we could take good pictures, and the pictures actually came out really, really well. You can see the view here, which looks amazing. After this, our next stop was the Place de la Concorde. This is also a very iconic place. It's like a middle and the center of the city, and a lot of people were there today. And then we also got down on the opposite side. The fountain was beautiful. I personally feel this is like the highlight of the whole place. People were clicking amazing pictures. This has been there for a very, very long time, and then of course, because the sky was very pretty, the pictures also came out to be really well. You see, my parents are having a really good time. There was also this exhibition kind of thing that was happening, and it was very intriguing to see such people enjoying their weekend and observing art, and it was really, really pretty. And I hope you also like it around. Thank you so much. Wasn't that like crazy amazing? Imagine we were seeing all of that, and then people playing and enjoying the music, and just walking around this whole place was very calm and peaceful for me. I always had this dream as a child that I wanted to visit London and Paris in my life at least once, and it was a very surreal feeling of coming here and being here, having your parents around where they're very happy and then enjoying themselves. It seemed to be very surreal, and then we were having a very good time, and I hope the rest of the trip also goes really well. We were here for quite some time. We were just observing the place, walking around, and then because we had a very big group, it was very difficult for even the guide to bring everyone together. Another fancy part of this place is it very similarly looks like Kartavya Path of Delhi, just like you can see the India Gate from the whole view in one place. This is the place where you can actually see the Arc de Triomphe from as well, and then I think their parade of their maybe Independence Day also happens here, just like ours. So pretty iconic to see the Arc de Triomphe from here, and I'm just imagining how pretty it would have been when the parade happens here, just like the amazing parade that happens at Delhi back home. For the next stop, we went to the Louvre Museum. It's pronounced in very different ways. The Louvre Museum or Louvre Museum. I would rather call it the Louvre Museum. It is the biggest museum in the world, and we were very, very excited to see the Mona Lisa in this museum. And we were just waiting here to gather everybody and then walk along. The museum took a lot of time for us to go back and see, but then it was very pretty. We did not want to record it because, again, showing some respect of the place. So we observed it and then we came out. And then after that, we thought we'll get some souvenirs. So we went out of the museum. Just next to the museum, there are a lot of small stores that are available for souvenirs. And of course, we wanted to get a fridge magnet for sure. That's like a mandatory to go back and get. This place was super nice because they had all these currencies stuck on their wall, and they're pretty amazing. While coming back, we came back to the Eiffel Tower again, and we took a cruise ride. The ride was amazing. We had a lot of people on the same cruise. There was this conductor who was telling us about the amazing spots that we're going to cross during the cruise ride. This was also giving us a very real-time view of Paris as a city. People were there on the banks of the river, and then they were chilling. Some people were dancing. They were all waving. It was a very different experience of seeing people happy and enjoying their life in a different city. So that was very different from what we generally experience back home. Not just for me, even my parents had a very good time to just see the whole space. And you won't believe, this is somewhere around 7 p.m. in the evening, and the sun is still very high up. So it was again a big shocker for us on how this happens on this side of the world. And we were just observing and seeing this beautiful scenery of the Eiffel Tower. And of course, this was tiring. You can see my dad yawning. The jet lag is slowly hitting him as well. But then we could not keep our eyes off of whatever we were seeing and then experiencing all these amazing views. Just after the cruise ride, we went for dinner. The dinner was pretty quick because we had to come back to watch the amazing light show that happens at Eiffel Tower at night. So we reached here at around 10, I think, 10, and we were able to witness the glowing Eiffel Tower at night. It was very crowded and of course very romantic for a lot of people. And just at dot 10, it started sparkling with so many lights, and this was a surreal experience. We had a really good time. For the next vlog, please stay tuned, and I'll see you in our next destination. Thank you so much for coming along, and like, share and subscribe.